Attention passionate Atlanta, Falcons fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC South and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Atlanta Falcons' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Atlanta Falcons fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Atlanta, FALCONS, FANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. This is one of those stories that could really shake up the NFC South and honestly the entire NFC landscape. Rumors are swirling that the Dallas Cowboys, currently facing a bit of a rebuild on their defense after the Parsons trade saga, are exploring a bold move, potentially trading Dak Prescott. Yeah, you heard that right. The Dallas Cowboys, who have relied heavily on Prescott as their franchise quarterback, might be open to swapping him for draft picks and a young quarterback prospect. This kind of move, if it comes to fruition, would send shockwaves through the league, and the Falcons could be right in the middle of it, especially if we manage to capitalize on the situation. Let's break down what's going on here. The Cowboys, sitting at a 5-9 record with a defense that's leaking points, giving up around 29 points per game, they're clearly in need of some serious overhaul. Their cap situation isn't ideal either, with Prescott's $40 million cap hit for 2026 and a potential $30 million savings if traded. But it's not just about cap space, it's about the future of their franchise. And here's where it gets interesting for Atlanta. Prescott, who's been a solid, dependable quarterback throughout his career, especially in 2025 when he posted some impressive numbers: 450 passing yards, 24 touchdowns, and just 8 interceptions in 13 games, could be the upgrade that pushes our offense into new territory. Prescott's numbers this season have been pretty good, especially considering the circumstances. A 69.3% completion rate, over 400 yards, and an EPA per pass of 0. 28 show he's got the skill to elevate an offense. His ability to deliver big-time throws, 35 so far, along with a career QBR of 95. 2 makes him a quarterback who can operate under pressure and perform in clutch moments. And if you look at recent games, Prescott has shown resilience, bouncing back from injury. Remember his shoulder injury in Week 8. And still managing to light it up against top defenses like the Eagles in Week 1, where he threw for 320 yards and 3 touchdowns, dominating Slay. Now imagine him joining the Falcons, especially with Bijan Robinson running the ball so effectively. 950 yards this season at 4.4 yards per carry, and a passing game that's been a bit inconsistent, but shows promise. Prescott's veteran presence and leadership could be the spark we need to stabilize our offense after the injury to Desmond Ridder. And let's not forget, with our current offensive line, which has struggled at times, PFF grade around 64.8 with 25 sacks allowed, Prescott's quick release and ability to extend plays could help us mitigate some of those issues. But it's not just about adding Prescott to make a good team better. It's about transforming us into a true contender. The Falcons, sitting at 5-9 and currently out of the playoff picture in the NFC South, need that kind of spark. Prescott could elevate our passing game, which has been somewhat average, averaging only about 210 passing yards per game since the injury to Pitts and others. His addition would likely improve our EPA per pass by around 17%. And his experience could help our young receivers like Drake London and Kyle Pitts find more consistency. And considering our offensive production, which is currently around an 80. For PFF grade, bringing in a guy like Prescott could bump that number into the 88+ range, making us much more dangerous. From a strategic standpoint, this move could also help us control the game more effectively. Prescott's history of success in the red zone, averaging 18 career touchdowns in that area, means we could become more efficient when it counts most. Plus, with the Falcons' defense, which is a middling unit allowing about 260 passing yards per game, Prescott's experience and ability to read defenses could exploit mismatches against our division rivals, especially the Saints, who have struggled to contain big passing plays this season. Looking at the broader picture, the Falcons have a real chance to reinvent their identity with this potential trade. Adding Prescott, paired with Bijan Robinson, could form a legendary quarterback-running back duo, reminiscent of some of the great tandems in NFL history. This pairing would give us the firepower to dominate the NFC South and make a real push in the playoffs. Imagine the Mercedes-Benz Stadium packed with fans witnessing a Falcons team that's not just competitive, but a legitimate Super Bowl contender. The odds could shift dramatically. What's currently at plus 15-0 for a Falcons Super Bowl win could drop all the way to plus 5-0 if Prescott joins the fold and starts performing at the high level we know he's capable of. That's the kind of move that energizes a fan base and sends a message to the league. The Falcons are back, and they mean business. And speaking of the playoffs, the potential impact is even more staggering. Prescott's presence could elevate the Falcons' aerial attack by plus 26% in matchup scenarios against teams like the 49ers, neutralizing their secondary threats and giving us a real shot at making noise in January. His experience in high-pressure situations, think back to his performances in the 2022 playoffs, is exactly what we need to thrive in those critical moments. And if the Falcons can leverage Prescott's leadership, combined with Bijan Robinson's explosiveness and the improving offensive line, we could see a resurgence not just in 2025, but for years to come. This move could set the stage for a Falcons dynasty, with a core that's built around a dynamic QB-RB duo, capable of competing at the highest level. Now, of course, there are skeptics. Some fans worry about losing draft capital or the risk of bringing in a veteran who's been through injuries and ups and downs. But the upside here is immense. If the Falcons manage to land Prescott, it's not just about making the playoffs. It's about establishing ourselves as legitimate contenders in the NFC for the foreseeable future. We could see a scenario where our offense jumps from decent to elite, where our defense, still a work in progress, has the cushion to take more risks because our offense can keep pace. It's all about that strategic leap, and this trade could be the catalyst. Looking ahead, this potential acquisition could also influence the NFC South standings dramatically. The division has been a bit of a roller coaster, with the Saints, Buccaneers, and Panthers all trying to find their footing. But with Prescott leading a revamped Falcons offense, we could see a division title that's not just a fluke but a statement. The Falcons would go from being a fringe playoff team to serious Super Bowl contenders, making the NFC South one of the most exciting and competitive divisions in the league. Now, folks, I know we're all dreaming big here, but that's what makes football so special. The possibility of Prescott wearing the Falcons, red and black, isn't just a pipe dream. It's a real scenario that could happen in the coming weeks. The NFL offseason is always full of surprises, and this one could be the most exciting yet. The Falcons have the talent, the coaching staff, and now, potentially, the quarterback to take that next step. If we can bring Prescott into the fold, it'll send a message to everyone. Atlanta isn't just rebuilding, we're rebuilding to dominate. And now, Atlanta Falcons fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Falcons. Do you believe Prescott is the missing piece? Are you excited about the prospect of us making a big splash in the offseason? Remember, this could be the move that propels us to the Super Bowl, that transforms our franchise into a perennial powerhouse. Keep the faith, stay passionate, and I'll be back soon with more updates. The best is yet to come for our Falcons, and I couldn't be more excited to share this journey with all of you. Stay tuned.